Good morning, my time. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you're watching me from, whichever location you are. I say good morning, good afternoon, and then good evening. First of all, let me say Happy New Year to every one of you. I'm wishing all of you the best of 2024. And at the same time, do not forget to be cautious of your environment, uh, cautious of what you take, and also never resist to say no. Do not be tempted to do what you are not supposed to do. So while you are eating or you are in a congregation, be cautious of what you take while enjoying the celebration of the new year 2024 that is coming. For those that are in 2024 already, I say Happy New Year. And for those that are yet to be in 2024, I say Happy New Year in advance. So today we're going to be talking about orange and orange juice. I have a couple of questions regarding orange and orange juice, the effect on your glucose levels. So I'm going to differentiate the two because I've been getting a couple of questions regarding orange juice. Some say it spikes up your sugar level. There is a mixed misunderstanding on the issue of orange. So I'm going to differentiate the two, the effect it has on your sugar level. So that is what I'm going to discuss today. And at the same time, I have a couple of other questions that I'm going to try to trash out on same issue. So if you have your question, try to send them in or ask me the question here and I'm going to answer it right away. Okay. So you are welcome on today's program. We're going to wait. I'm going to just wait for some few minutes, say 5-10 minutes. Let the audience grow and then we can now start um, the program. Okay. So we can now start the program immediately. So let's exercise some patience for um, everyone to join online, and then we'll take it up from there. Um, okay. While you guys, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to start. I'm just waiting. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Oh, um, just a minute. I'm trying to get ready. Um, how are you guys? Right. Okay. All right. How are you guys? Happy New Year. Um, I'm trying to get ready to start. I'm waiting for the audience. I'm waiting for the audience. Um, how are you? How are you guys? I'm waiting for everybody to come online and then we can take it up from there. Okay, you are welcome for today's program. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and then start. I'm going to go ahead and start. Okay. Anybody that comes is going to join us. Is going to join us in the middle of the program. You're welcome to today's program. All right. So, from the caption of the video, we're going to be discussing about orange and orange juice. As I said in my intro, I've gotten a couple of questions. Okay. I've gotten a couple of questions. Um, I've gotten a couple of questions on orange, and there is misconception. There are two different misunderstandings about orange spiking up the sugar level. So I'm going to deal with it today. I'm going to answer that questions. I'm going to differentiate the two because I've gotten a couple of questions, and there is confusion that orange spikes up your sugar level. So I'm going to differentiate. Maybe the person that explained to them did not do a good job in explaining what do they mean that orange spikes up your sugar level. So today we're going to be discussing about orange and oranges, oranges and oranges. And if you have any question, okay, if you have any question, feel free to ask your question. If you have any question, feel free to ask your questions. All right. Um, the question I got was, I've gotten that question consistently about orange, that it spikes up your sugar level. I'm going to try to differentiate the two. Okay. And the question was, can people, the person that asked me the question, I don't know, let me pose the question on. That was the question I got. Um, Let me go to my page and get the name of the person that sent me that question. Let me go to my page and get that question. I have to mention the name of the person that asked me that question, and then we can take it from there. Um, Let me see that question. Let me see the name of the person that asked me that question. I did reply this morning. Okay, Alex. Alex. This is the first. This is the 10 times now I'm getting that question. So this is the person that asked me that question, Alex Tawe. He said few medics can give such information for free online. God bless you. However, I'm told elsewhere that oranges spikes sugar level. Is it true? Okay, that was the question. So I got this is the 10th time now I'm getting that question. You know, says somebody told him that orange spikes up sugar level. Is it true? That was the question. And I'm going to answer it uh, today. And I reframed the question. I reframed the question by I reframed the question by this way: can people with diabetes safely eat orange? Okay, can people with diabetes safely eat orange? Okay, now there are two things you have to understand. Um, why is it that when I go live, that is when people start calling, try to ask questions? Please, I'm doing the live video now, so if you send any question now, you're going to wait till after 2 hours when I'm off live video, then I can respond to your question. If that question is urgent, can you join the live program and ask your question? I'm on live now, so I won't be able to attend to you. So you got to wait, be patient. All right. So let's go straight to the answer to that. We all know about oranges. All right. Okay. Orange belongs to the class of citrus fruit. The classification of orange, they fall under citrus fruit. They are superfood. We call them superfood. Okay. There is difference between oranges and orange juice. Oranges does not spike up your sugar level. Okay. Oranges does not spike up your sugar level because it has a low GI index, glycemic index. So I want you guys to listen properly. Oranges does not spike up your sugar level. In fact, people with diabetes can take oranges, but they have to be taken in portion. Okay, there are different factors you have to take into consideration in taking oranges. It must be taken, okay, with consideration in a smaller portion. Despite that, say people with diabetes can take oranges, does not mean you can go and take a basket of oranges. No, because remember that orange also contains carbohydrate. So if you take it in a larger quantity, it's going to affect your sugar level. But people living with diabetes can safely take oranges. There's difference between oranges and orange juice. Okay, why orange juice have a low GI index, a low glycemic index. So you can take orange juice. The rise in spiking of sugar level is slow. It does not affect your sugar level that much. Okay? But orange juice spikes up your sugar level because it have a high GI index. Oranges are the natural fruit those round fruits you get from the tree. Yeah, oranges. Those one does not affect your sugar level. Okay? Those ones does not affect your sugar level. The oranges. The orange juice is the one that affects your sugar level because it has a high GI index. Somebody's going to say, what's the difference between orange and orange juice? There's a big difference. The oranges are the natural fruit that you pluck from the tree. They are not yet processed. That is natural. The orange juice is the one you go to the shop and buy that are in a container, in a liquid form. Those ones have been processed. There is added sugar in them. Those ones is going to affect your sugar level, and the carbohydrate in them is high. So those ones are going to affect your sugar level because the GI index is high. So when people are telling you oranges are going to spike up your sugar level, they have to be specific. Oranges does not spike up your sugar level because they are natural fruit you got from the tree. But the orange juice, the one you buy in the store that is in the container in the liquid form, yes, spike up your sugar level because they have high GI index. Because they are already processed with added sugar and high carbohydrate in them. So those ones are going to affect your sugar levels. That is why I want to differentiate the two. Okay? That is why I have to differentiate the two. Okay? I believe uh, did I make it clear for you guys to understand? For the benefit of my fans that wants me to uh, So do I make it clear? This is what I just explained. Do oranges raise your blood sugar level? Because orange have a low GI index, which is glycemic index. They trigger a slow rise in your blood sugar levels, making them more favorable for people living with diabetes. Okay, so I try to differentiate the two. Okay, I try to differentiate the two. Okay, uh, that is the oranges. We're talking about the oranges now. Now, uh, now this one is: can a diabetic drink orange juice every day? Remember, this is orange juice. The first one is oranges. Okay, there's difference between oranges and orange juice. Oranges does not spike up your sugar level because they have a low GI index. Okay, oranges, which is the natural fruit you pluck from the tree, does not spike up your sugar level because they have a low GI index, but must be consumed in moderation in a smaller portion. Now, orange juice are those ones you buy in the store that are processed and they are in a liquid form in a container. Those ones affect your sugar level because they have a high GI index. Okay, so I'm trying to I'm trying to make you guys. I'm trying to get. Uh, I'm I'm going to be I'm going to be treating most of the questions. So the question is, can a diabetic drink orange juice every day? And the response is: the glycemic index, which is used to reflect the impact on blood sugar levels of individual food, places orange juice between 66 and 76 on a scale of 100. That means it has a high GI index. Okay? That means it has a high GI index. All right? So that makes it is not favorable for people with diabetics. Okay? This makes the fruit juice a high GI index drink, and high GI food and drinks are best avoided by people living with diabetes under most circumstances. So I'm trying to differentiate the two. So when you hear that people say orange juice spikes up the sugar level, ask them which. They have to be specific. Oranges does not spike up the sugar level because they are natural fruits. They have a low GI index. They do not spike up the sugar level. But orange juice, which is the one you buy in the store in a liquid form in a container, those ones have a high GI index of 66 to 76 in a scale of 100. Those ones are processed, they have added sugar in them, and the carbohydrate is high. Those ones affect your sugar level. So, and that is why they says, because orange fruit juice have a high GI index, you are best advised to avoid them in every circumstances. Because when you drink too much of orange juice, even a slight of it can spike up your sugar level. Okay. Now the GI index of oranges. Okay. The GI index of oranges is around 43. Okay. I'm trying to. So oranges in general, oranges are a safe fruit choice for people living with diabetes. They have a low to moderate GI index of around 43. Okay, so 43 is good. Okay, 43 is good, but you have to also be very careful on the consumption, the amount you consume. Because they say it has a low GI index does not mean you have to go and take a basket of oranges. Because remember, oranges also contain some carbohydrate. The more you take a lot of oranges, the more the accumulation of the carbohydrate is going to affect your sugar level. So, despite it's safe for you to take as a diabetic, does not mean you should go and take a whole basket of oranges at a go. No, you must also consider both the portion sizes and the individual factors into account. So, you have to consume oranges in a very smaller portion. Because if you take more than required, the accumulation of the carbohydrate in them is going to affect your sugar level. So these are the things you have to take into considerations. Regard also together with your any if you have any underlying illnesses within yourself, those are the individual factors you have to take into account. So these are the different differences between orange and orange juice. So for those that have been asking me questions that oranges, they told them that oranges spikes of sugar level. Now that I made it clear, you have to be specific in differentiating the two, the oranges and the orange juice. The orange juice is the one that sparks of a sugar level. The oranges are the one that doesn't spark of sugar level. But at the same time, despite they are safe for you to consume, does not mean you should take it in a larger quantity. You have to take into consideration both the portion sizes and then the individual factor that might be affecting you. Maybe you have an underlying illnesses. Okay, so that has been said about oranges. We're going to go to other questions. I have a couple of questions being asked in relation to oranges. So I'm going to treat some of them while I'm waiting for other questions to come in. Okay, so I know today most people are planning for New Year celebration. So I know I'm not going to get a big audience, but whatever the case, I'm going to just discuss the matter, and those that can watch the video later can watch the video later. All right. Uh, Somebody's asked me a question: how many oranges can a diabetic take a day? How many oranges? So let's discuss that issue. How many oranges can a diabetic takes in a day? I'm going to post that question on the screen so that we can. Please tell me if you're watching this program. I need to know where you're watching from. Can you uh, say where you're watching from? All right, indicate where you are watching from. The question is, how many oranges can a diabetic take in a day? How many? Okay, how many oranges can a diabetic take in a day? We've discussed that before, and that is what I just said now. So, despite that oranges have a low GI index, it does not spike your sugar level. But at the same time, you must take into consideration two things: the portion size and then the individual factor that may affect your sugar level. Each and every individual have issues, health issues, and some underlying illnesses. Either we know or we don't know. So you got to factor those two things into consideration in determining how many oranges can you take in a day. As I said, I think that was yesterday or day before yesterday. The larger the quantity of the food you eat, the more carbohydrate accumulation, and that is going to really, really affect your sugar level. The smaller the portion of the food you take, okay, the smaller the carbohydrate that is going to have any effect on your sugar level. And that is why being advanced as a diabetic, you must practice portion control. Once you become diabetic, it is essential you practice portion control in whatever food you are eating. Okay. So the question was the question I got was How many oranges can a diabetic eat in a day? That was the question. Okay, and I've said it before, 2 oranges per day is what is recommended. But there are some other factors that might be considered if you want to go above 2. Okay, uh, 2. Okay, a person with diabetes can eat 2 oranges daily, but the effect on your blood sugar levels will depend on various factors such as your age, gender, weight, physical activities, and all your overall health. But 2 oranges per day is recommended for a diabetic to take. But for you to go above 2, you're going to take certain things into consideration, uh, include your age, your gender, your weight, your physical activities, and then your entire overall health. Okay? So that is it. Linda Chizenga, you are welcome, watching from Zambia. Right? So the question that we asked, how many oranges can a diabetic eat in a day? And I says you are allowed to take 2 oranges a day, but the effect on your sugar levels will depend on the overall factors, various factors, which is including your age, your gender, your weight, physical activities level, and your overall health. Now, there are some other factors that should be apart from this. There are some other factors also that is going to be taken into consideration. That will be depend on individual blood sugar levels, medications, and other factors affecting the blood sugar control. So there are people that find it very difficult to control their sugar levels. So this have to be taken into consideration. Do I take 2 oranges per day, or 1 orange, or half orange per day? And then the medication you take also determine. If your medication controls your sugar level effectively all the time, then you can take two oranges per day, because you know certainly that your medication is going to control your sugar levels. But if you find it very difficult in controlling your sugar levels, that will also determine, should I take 1 orange daily, 2 orange daily, 1.5, or just half orange daily? These are certain things take into consideration in determining if those 2 oranges per day is required. So these are the things you have to put into considerations. All right. If you should take 2 oranges per day. Okay. Let me put the other factors to consider. Include, but not limited. So other factors to consider include but not limited. It will also depend on the individual's blood sugar levels, medications, and other factors affecting blood sugar control. So these are the things you consider, whether to take 2 oranges daily, or 1 orange, or half orange, or 1.5 orange. So taking all those into consideration will determine, should I go for the maximum orange per day, or should I lessen it, or should I increase it? So as a diabetic, there are a lot of things you have to put into consideration when consuming a particular food. And that is why I said we are in a merriment period. We are entering New Year. We just finished Christmas period. You also have to consider that you're a diabetic. So you have to consider, don't be tempted to go overboard. Okay, even if there is nobody there watching you, you have to be disciplined. Don't feel offended to say no when you are being forced to take food. Or people will say, why are you not eating with us? Why are you just abstaining from it? They might not know what you are going through health-wise, but do not try to please others in order to displease yourself. Your no is your no, because you know the kind of health issues that you have. So do not be tempted to be forced to eat certain things you are not supposed to eat because you want to please the environment where you are. So you have to be disciplined to say, you know what, I'm okay. I'm not going to eat. I'm fine. Can I have a cup of water? That is okay. All right. So this time period of the year, you have to be disciplined in what you consume. It is very, very important that you know what you consume. Okay. Ruth, happy New Year. Happy New Year. You are welcome. All right. You are welcome. So we are talking about oranges and we're talking about oranges, okay, and orange juice. So I've gotten a couple of questions, so I'm trying to differentiate the two between oranges and orange juice. So and that is why I'm trying to differentiate because people are confused by saying "Oh, they were advised not to take orange, that orange spike up your sugar level. Well, the person did not clarify to you what does it mean that orange, spark your sugar level. There are two different things you have to understand. There are some we have oranges, and we have orange juice. So one does not spark your sugar level, the other sparks your sugar level. So these are things you have to understand which sparks your sugar level, and which is it orange juice that sparks your sugar level or oranges? Oranges does not spark your sugar level, but what sparks your sugar level is orange juice. Oranges are the one natural fruit. They are in a fruit nature. You get them from the tree. Those are oranges. They do not spark your sugar level because they have a low GI index 43. Then the orange juice is the one that sparks your sugar level because they are already processed. Those are the ones you buy in a store. They are in a container in a liquid form because they've been processed. There is added sugar in them, and the carbohydrate content is big. So those ones take a little will have an effect in your sugar level. But the one that does not affect your sugar level is the oranges, the one you get from the tree. The one you buy from the store, yes, it has a high GI index. That is going to affect your sugar level. So when somebody is telling you oranges spike your sugar level, they have to differentiate. Ruth asked a question. Um, Me, I like ripe banana. I eat it every day, but small size. Well, uh, I've preached against banana because of the high concentration of sugar in them. So if you are eating banana and it's good for you, good luck. Okay, but I have preached against eating banana. It depends as well. It depends on the individual. People's blood sugar act differently. So you might be okay. There are people that when they take coffee, it doesn't affect their sugar level, and there are people that when they take coffee, it affects their sugar level. So if you're taking banana, even if it's in a smaller quantity, and it does not affect your sugar level, good, that's okay for you. There are people that when they take even a slightest of it, it's going to affect their sugar level. Naturally, banana contains large amount of sugar, so that is going to affect your sugar level. So, but it depends on individual. Okay, everything depends on individual. So, well, I have a question on that also. Somebody asked me a question. I was coming to that question before you asked me that question, Ruth. Somebody asked me that question: should diabetes eat oranges and bananas? I've answered the question of oranges. The banana is what I'm going to answer now. Well, that is what I'm answering now because I have a question on that. Somebody asked me, should diabetics eat oranges and banana? That was the question I was trying to. That was the question I was trying to answer before the question comes in. It says, should diabetics eat oranges and banana? I've answered that of oranges, so let's talk about banana. I've talked briefly about it. Okay. Uh, now, as I was saying in general, there is no restrictions on which fruit a person should eat. If you are not diabetic, there is no restriction for if a fruit you should eat. But once you are diabetic, then there is a restriction on the type of fruit you eat, the portion you eat, and the effect in your sugar level. There are a lot of calculation going through your head all the time. But if you are normal, you are not diabetic, then there is no restrictions on the of any fruit for you to eat. But once you are diabetic, anything you consume, you must calculate, you must think, what effect will it have in my sugar level? For instance, if you are traveling or if you're going to be away from home, maybe you are going to enter a bus to go to work or to go to somewhere, and it's going to take you about an hour to get there. You would not like to take something that is going to make you to pee all the time, every second, because you know if you're in a bus, for instance, and you go and take a banana, 1 kilo of banana, 2 kilo of banana, and then you enter a bus, you cannot be telling the driver all the time, please, every minute, let me go and pee. No. You see, because you know it's going to have an effect in your sugar level. And when your sugar level goes high, then it's going to make you to be peeing all the time. So you have to think now that I'm diabetic. Once you're diabetic, there's a lot of calculation going through your head, through your mind, where you go, the environment where you are. For instance, if you are visiting people that you are not comfortable, you don't know them from anywhere. Maybe you go out with a friend and you visit somebody's French friends in their home. They don't know you. This is the first time you know them. You wouldn't like to take something that is going to make you uncomfortable there, that you have to be rushing to the washroom every second. So there's a lot of calculation you have to calculate. What should I eat this food? I'm not in my house where I'm comfortable. I'm not in my friend's house that knows my health issue. So there's a lot of calculation within yourself. What amount of banana should I eat? What amount should I eat that is not going to affect my sugar level, that is not going to make me pee all the time? So you have a lot of thinking to do before you consume any food. What the portion size is and what time. You also have to calculate what time did I eat the last food. Okay, is it okay for me to eat dinner? What is my blood sugar level now? Okay, you have to check your blood sugar level before you take, because you don't want to take something that's going to blow up your sugar level. So if you are normal, if you are not diabetic, there's no restriction on any food you want to consume. But once you are diabetic, there are a lot of calculations, there are a lot of thinking. You must know certain food. There are certain food you cannot even touch at all. And there are certain food that you can take, but on what sizes should you consume them? So now on the banana issue, as I said it several times, banana has a high GI index. Naturally, it has a high GI index. There's too much concentration of sugar in them and too much carbohydrate in them. So if you eat a lot of banana, even 1 kilo of banana, for instance, let me give you an example of myself. If I take 1 kilo of banana, you're going to spark up your sugar level, and I'm going to be peeing all the time. So I stay away from it, even though that I control my sugar level all the time. Okay, but once I go and take one banana, even half of it is going to mess me around all day. So now that I know that banana is not good for me, I stay completely away from banana. I don't even go near it. So banana has a high GI index. So definitely it's going to affect your sugar level. But it depends on certain factors, your age, your medications. Do you control your sugar level all the time? Is your medication working? So if you take all this, your weight size, if you take all this into consideration, then that will determine, okay, if I take banana, my medication works on me, it controls my sugar level all the time. So definitely I'm on medication. So even if I take a little bit, my sugar level is going to still remain the same because my medication is working. There are people that cannot control their sugar level. They find it very hard to control their sugar level. So why should they go and eat banana? So that's why I said in my previous answer, I said a person with diabetes can eat 2 oranges daily, but the effect on the blood sugar level would depend on various factors, including their age, gender, weight, physical activities level, and overall health condition. And there are other factors again to consider, okay, which include but not limited. It also depends on individual blood sugar levels, medications, and other factors affecting blood sugar control. So these are certain all the factors you have to take into consideration to know if I eat banana, is it going to affect my sugar level or will it still be within the range? So root, if you're taking banana and it's not affecting your sugar level, then you are lucky. Everything depends on those factors that I just listed. Okay. So Beverly, uh, Beverly, Beverly, you have to indicate where are you watching from. You say you are diabetic. Where are you watching from? You're welcome. I thought there's one Beverly that I know from Jamaica. I thought you are the one. So where are you watching me from, Beverly? Say you're diabetic. What issue do you have with your diabetic issue? Can you? I know you say you're diabetic. So now, what is the issue do you have? Can you be specific in your question? First of all, Beverly, I want to know where you're watching me from. Can you indicate where you're watching from? And can you be specific in your question? I know you are diabetics. What is the issue that you're having with your diabetics so that I can answer your question properly? But you are welcome to the program. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next question. This one says, which two fruits should a diabetic avoid? Which two fruit should a diabetic avoid? Please, the questions you are sending me, why don't you guys ask? Why don't you guys join the program live and then ask your questions so that everybody can see your questions? Okay, because then sending me questions. What two fruits should a diabetic avoid? What two fruit should a diabetic avoid? What two fruit should a diabetic avoid? Let's go to that question. Okay. Can somebody give me an answer to that question? What two fruits should a diabetic avoid? Okay. The worst fruits for people with diabetes include mango, okay, jackfruit, banana, chiku, and grapes. The fruits are high in sugar and then low in fiber. Okay. The worst fruit for people with diabetes include mango. The question was, this is the question. Should no, this is the question. What two fruits should a diabetic avoid? That was the question. What two fruits should a diabetic avoid? And I says the worst fruit for people with diabetes include mango, jackfruit, banana, chiku, and grapes because they are high in sugar and low in fiber. Okay, that is okay. So those are the fruits to avoid because they are high in sugar and low in fiber. Let me see what questions. Can diabetes cause hormonal imbalance? Definitely, yes. Diabetes can cause you hormonal imbalance a lot. Yes, Linda, diabetes can cause a lot of changes in your hormonal system because they are all immune diseases. Remember, they are all immune diseases, so they are going to cause you a lot of hormonal changes. Not only hormonal changes, a lot of behavioral changes, mood changes. You know, your mood changes all the time. Your behavior changes. Your environmental changes. Okay, so hormonal, yes. Stress change. Your stress level changes all the time. Will you call it hormonal changes? Definitely yes, because diabetes, they're all immune diseases. Okay, so definitely it's going to cause you hormonal changes, and that is why you have to control your sugar level all the time. You must at all times control your sugar level all the time. Will it cause you hormonal changes? Definitely yes. That is for certain. It's going to cause you that. So the ramification about it is that to avoid any complication further is to make sure that you control your sugar level at all times. Not only controlling your sugar level at all times, also you have to be physical active so that you have to be mentally fit. Checking up your weight to make sure you have a healthy weight. Okay. And at the same time, your dieting is very important. Dieting is very important to make sure you eat a healthy, balanced diet. Those things in combination with all those things is going to, equate or balance your hormonal changes. But definitely, yes, it's going to cause the hormonal changes. It's one factor that diabetes suffer a lot. All right. Mohammed Farouk, you are welcome. Next question. Next question. Next question. Before I proceed to the other questions, and, next question. All right. All right. It is no secret. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna go back to my question. So I believe I've dealt with that question. Okay, I'm going to go to the next question. Let's leave that topic alone. Let me go back to the orange we're talking about. What is the next question? What two fruits should a diabetic eat? I've dealt with that question. What two fruits should a diabetic eat? I've dealt the question. How many oranges can a diabetic eat in a day? Uh, what should a diabetic eat? Oranges and banana. Okay, I've dealt with that question. I'm just going to select tons of questions here, but I'm going to just select the ones that I know that is um, it's more important. Okay, this one is a little bit. I like this question. What can I drink before bed to lower my sugar level? I've I've discussed it in one of my videos before that you know in the morning before when you wake up, the first thing, check your sugar level, record it, keep it. Okay, before your breakfast in the morning, take your sugar level readings to know what is your sugar level. Okay, after your breakfast, take your sugar level to know that is 2 hours after your breakfast. Also measure your sugar level to know what it is. Before your lunch, take your sugar level. After your lunch, take your sugar level. Before your dinner, take your sugar level. And then before you go to bed, take your sugar level reading. You have to document all those things. All right. Now, uh, like what I normally do, I personally, on me, okay, this is what I do before I go to bed. Before I go to bed, I always take a cup of lemon tea. Either I take a cup of lemon tea or apple cider vinegar tea, any of these two. Okay, this is what I take. It's either I take a lemon tea or any apple cider vinegar. If I don't have any of these two, for instance, I go to my cupboard, I see that, oh, it's finished. Then I take a green tea. Green tea is my last option. I always take green tea during the day, in the morning, in my breakfast. But before I go to bed, I always take, so I take a cup of lemon tea, just pure lemon tea. I don't add nothing, just boil the water and put a lemon in it. Or if I don't have lemon, I go for apple cider vinegar. Okay. I take 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, raw one. It must not raw one. It must be diluted. You can never take apple cider raw. It's gonna cause you a lot of damages. It must be diluted and ready to go. So that is what I practice before I go to bed because it helps to lower your sugar level while you are asleep. It maintains your sugar level while you're asleep. And the way you wake up in the morning and measure your sugar level, you see that your sugar level stays normal. So when I see this question, what can I drink before bed to lower my sugar level? You take apple cider vinegar or you take a lemon tea. Okay, just plain lemon tea, boil water, put your lemon in there, or put a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Drink it before you go to bed. That helps to maintain and lower your sugar level. It maintains your sugar level throughout the night. Once you wake up in the morning, if you take a sugar reading, you see that your sugar level stays consistent. So that will help to lower your sugar level and maintain your sugar level. So when I see this question, that is why I say, okay, that's a nice question. I'm gonna try to answer it. So what uh, so that was the question. What can I drink before what can I drink before bed to lower my sugar level? Blood sugar. So you can take your apple cider vinegar, okay, or you can take your lemon tea. Okay, those will help you to reduce apple cider vinegar or your lemon tea will help to reduce your sugar level or maintain your sugar level. Okay. So I think I saw somebody ask me a question. I saw the um, so taking apple. That was the question. What can I drink before bed to lower my sugar level? Okay. What can I drink before bed to lower my sugar level, my blood sugar level? Okay. Drinking apple cider vinegar before meal or right before bedtime may benefit your blood sugar level the most. Okay. The reason being, okay, like I've said it. I personally, before I go to bed, I take either a lemon tea. Okay, I take either a lemon tea or apple cider vinegar. Okay, so drinking apple cider vinegar before meal or right before bedtime may benefit your blood sugar levels the most. The reason being because of the studies they conducted. There's a studies they conducted on people with type 2 diabetes found that taking 2 spoons of apple cider vinegar at bedtime for 2 days reduces fasting below sugar levels by up to 6%. Okay. Okay. So I saw a question here. Let me see that question. Can metformin, Linda says, can metformin help to reduce your hormonal imbalance? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Linda. Can metformin help to reduce your hormonal imbalance? First of all, you have to understand what hormonal imbalance is. From the answer that I gave you, okay, uh, okay, you should know, okay, you should know from the answer I gave you, you should know, okay, we all know the use of, okay, let me just put that question and then, you say, can metformin help to reduce hormonal imbalance? Linda, from the response I gave you, you should know what is hormonal imbalance. Okay, they all go hand in hand. What causes diabetics and what causes hormonal imbalance? That is why they go hand in hand. Hormonal imbalance develop as a result of diabetics, and diabetes develop as a result of hormonal imbalance. So they are reversed. They go hand in hand. Okay, if you look at the connection between diabetes and hormonal imbalance, how they develop or how they relate, you should know that diabetes develop as a result of hormonal imbalance because diabetes is an immune disease, and hormonal imbalance develop as a result of diabetes. So you can see that they are all interwoven. It's like cholesterol and high blood pressure and diabetics. They are all linked. Controlling one also control the other. If you control diabetics, it's going to also help you to control your high blood pressure and cholesterol because they are all linked. Okay? If you're not controlling your sugar level, it's going to affect you. Or if you're diabetics and you are not controlling your sugar level, you can't control it and you are only diabetics, it's going to cause complication for you to have a high blood pressure issue. It's going to cause you to become hypertensive because you're not controlling your sugar level. And if you're not controlling your sugar level still, and you are not controlling your hypertensive, it's going to make you to also have a cholesterol issue because they're all interwoven. So one triggers the other. The same thing, hormonal imbalance is as a result of diabetes. Diabetes as a result of hormonal imbalance. They all go hand in hand. So When you are taking metformin, metformin is used to treat diabetes. Okay, it's used to treat diabetes so that you're able to control your sugar level. There are people that can find it very difficult not to control their sugar level, so they use metformin or other tablet. There are several kinds of drugs used in treating diabetes. So metformin is used in treating diabetes. Why do you take metformin? Because you cannot control your sugar level, so they give you metformin to help you to control your sugar level. So controlling your sugar level is controlling your diabetes. And controlling your diabetes, in effect, also help you to control your hormonal imbalance because they are all related. You have hormonal imbalance as a result of diabetes. Diabetes comes as a result of hormonal imbalance because diabetes is an immune disease. So when you are taking metformin, okay, you are trying to control your sugar, your diabetic issues. And controlling your diabetes issues, you also help you to control because once your diabetes is controlled, you control your diabetes very well, consistently, not control it 1 week to the next week, it goes up again, it's fluctuating. You have to maintain a good 1 year, 2 year consistently maintaining your sugar level. Once you have 2 years, good 2 years maintaining your sugar level, your doctor might take you out of your medication and say you don't need any medication anymore. Okay? Or reduce your medication. So once you have consistency in maintaining your sugar level, your diabetic issues, it's going to help you to control your hormonal imbalance because they all go hand in hand. They're all interwoven. Because that is the reason why you're taking your metformin to control your diabetes. Okay? So I hope I've answered your question, Linda. Lucky, can you indicate where you're watching me from? Lucky, you're welcome. Lucky Caesar, you're welcome. Okay. Lucky, you're welcome. Linda, I'm going to post this one back. If you can read this, I'm going to post it back so you can read it once more. I'm going to leave it on the screen for you to read. I want you to read this, Linda, and then I'm going to leave it there. That is going to help you to understand the relationship between hormonal imbalance and diabetes. Okay? It is no secret that diabetes and hormonal imbalance often go hand in hand. After all, diabetes is a condition that causes serious disruptions to the body natural hormone levels. In turn, hormonal imbalance can make diabetes symptoms worse or even lead to new health conditions. So if you don't control your diabetes, it's going to lead you to have other health conditions. Okay? And that might trigger your hormonal imbalance. They're all linked. Once your diabetes is going to affect your hormones, all kinds of hormones you have in the body is going to be affected. Okay? Now, let's go to the connection between this is the connection between diabetes and hormone imbalance. Diabetes develop as a result of hormonal imbalance. Okay? Because that's why I say diabetes is an immune disease, autoimmune disease. So it developed because you have a hormonal imbalance in your system. So your pancreas produces the hormone insulin, which is absorbed from your blood by your fat, muscles, and liver cells, and used as energy. Insulin aids other metabolic processes in your body. So anything that affects the production of insulin in your body is a hormonal imbalance. Once your pancreas is affected, it's going to affect the production of your insulin. And then remember yesterday, is it yesterday or 2 days ago, I was discussing about their insulin have two categories. You have diabetes have two categories. We have the production aspect of it and we have the function aspect of it. So if I don't want to use type 1, type 2 diabetes, sometimes you might go and see a doctor, he might not use the word type 2 or type 1 diabetes. He might say, oh, you have your production of your insulin is low or you are not producing enough insulin. By mentioning the word producing, you should be able to know the type of diabetes you have. So we have two type of diabetes. One is production and one is function. So if the doctor doesn't want to use, oh, you have type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes, he might use, oh, you are not producing enough insulin. So when he or she says you are not producing enough insulin, it means you have type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes deals with producing insulin. So if you're not producing enough insulin that your body needs to metabolize or to regulate the sugar level in your bloodstream, then you have type 1 diabetes. Then when it comes to function, so when your doctor says your pancreas is not functioning properly, it means you have type 2 diabetes. Because type 2 diabetes is all about function. It means your body is producing the required amount of insulin that your body needs. But one thing is that your body, your system doesn't know how to use that insulin correctly to control your sugar level in your bloodstream. So that is the function aspect. So when the doctor say your pancreas is not functioning properly, it means you have type 2 diabetes. So you have to know the word, you have to listen to the words that the doctors use. Production, producing, or production, or functioning. So you got to, when you go to doctors, listen to the kinds of words they use for you to know where they're going from. Okay, so that's why sometimes when you walk into a doctor's office, you have to be very, very careful to listen to the words they use, because there might be something they see and they don't want, when they say it to you, it might cause you to have heart attack or slump. So they know how to configure the words to make you feel calm. But when they're looking at the record in front of them, they know what you're going through, and they don't want to send you that shot. So consequently, is maybe the second visit, as you are coming further, then he or she will gradually open up and tell you what you are going through. Okay, so you got to listen to kinds of words the doctor use. So when you hear the doctor say your pancreas is not functioning properly, it's referring to type 2 diabetes, because type 2 diabetes deals with functioning. It means your body is producing enough insulin, but it doesn't know how to use it correctly to control your sugar level. Then when your doctor say you are not producing enough insulin, he or she is talking about type 1 diabetes. It means your pancreas is not producing enough insulin that your body requires to control your sugar level. Okay, so you got to listen to the words. So now, if you look at this, the connection between diabetes and hormonal imbalance, that is developed as a result of hormonal imbalance, because it's an autoimmune disease. Your pancreas produces the hormone insulin, and anything that affects your pancreas also affects your insulin production or functions. Okay, so you guys have to be very careful how you guys understand the words. Can we go to the next question? So Lucky, you're welcome. Let me go to. So we are talking about orange and orange juice, because I have a lot of questions on oranges. Who are telling me, sending me, oh, doc, they say that oranges spark your sugar level, and you are advising us to take orange. So I'm trying to smoothen the line. I have up to 10 questions. Oh, when they watch my video, they say, oh, but you are encouraging us to take orange, but they advise me that orange spark up your sugar level. So that is why I have to title this video Orange and Orange Juice Effect on a Glucose Levels. I have to differentiate the two. When somebody tell you that orange spikes up your sugar level, he or she have to be specific what spikes your sugar level. We have oranges, we have orange juice. Oranges does not spike your sugar level because they have a low GI index. Oranges are those ones you get from the fruit, from the tree. You know the fruit, the one you pluck from the tree are oranges. Those ones does not spike your sugar level because they have a low GI index. Those are natural. The GI index, the glycemic index is about 43. So it does not affect your sugar level. But at the same time, since people with diabetes can take oranges, you have to be cautious on the amount of orange you take. So because I say you can take oranges, does not mean you go to your house now and pluck all the oranges in your tree and start taking. No. As a diabetic, you are required to take 2 oranges per day as a diabetic. But that depends on other factors that will determine, should I take the maximum per day, or should I take 1, or should I take 1.5, or should I take half orange per day? Everything depends on other factors. Now, you got to also be you also consider the portion size. I've said it, despite they said you can take oranges, does not mean you have to take a basket of oranges. You also have to consider the portion size. Per day, you only allow as a diabetic to take 2 oranges. If you want to take above 2 oranges, you have to consider other factors: your age, your gender, your blood sugar control, your medication, your weight. How physical active are you? These are certain things you have to take consideration before you know, should I take more than 2 or should I take less than 2? But the required amount of orange per day is 2 per day. Now, let's go to the other one that's part of your sugar level. The orange juice is the one that's part of your sugar level. Orange juice. Orange juice is the one you buy in the store. You know those ones processed in the can, in the liquid form, they put it in a bottle. Those are orange juice. They have a high GI index of 62 to 70 in the scale of 100, which is it has a high GI index. So those ones are going to spark up your sugar level. The reason being is that those ones have been processed. They've processed them in the warehouse, add more sugar in them, and then it has more carbohydrate. So when you drink those ones, it will spark up your sugar level. But the orange fruit is the one that doesn't spark up your sugar level, and you are allowed to take 2 per day. So that is why I want to differentiate that, and I want to answer that question than me getting questions all the day. I watch your video, you say we can take orange juice, then but I was advised that orange juice spark up my sugar level. No, they have to make clear to you which spark up your sugar level. Oranges belong to the class of citrus fruit. They are called superfood. They are called superfood. It's going to help you to maintain your sugar level, and it contains a lot of fiber in them. Okay, let me go. Let me go back and put. This was the question that I got from one of the last. This is the last question I got yesterday, and I said, okay, I'm going to discuss it today. I have to change the topic of what I'm going to do today. So this is what I wanted to discuss. I wanted to discuss another topic before I got. Okay, so that was the question that I get, and I said, okay, I'm going to answer it. Now, let's go to. I got another comment. Okay, sorry, I'm going to remove this. Yetunde, how are you? Happy New Year. Okay. These are the benefits of orange. The fiber in oranges can keep blood sugar levels in check and reduce high cholesterol to prevent cardiovascular diseases. Oranges contain approximately 55 milligrams of calcium or 6% of daily requirement. This nutrient is important for building strong bones and maintaining bone health. Okay. Apart from this, we know the important. We know it has other health benefits. Okay, but vitamin C that is in them. But the vitamin C that is in them, it has other health benefit. Okay. Protect yourself from damage, help your body makes collagen, a protein that heals wounds and gives you smoother skin, makes it easier to absorb iron to fight anemia, boost your immune system, which is your vitamin C, your body defense against germ. So these are the benefit of orange juice to a diabetic. All right. So these are the benefit of oranges to a diabetic. Okay. Um, Yetunde, let me see what Yetunde said to me. Yetunde, happy New Year. Good evening, though. Thanks for teaching. Is it good? Is it good or safe to take metformin in an empty stomach, please? No. No, 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 no. Yetunde, the answer is no. You can't take not only metformin, no medication. Don't even take medication on an empty stomach. Okay? Yetunde, the answer is no. Okay? Uh, the answer is capital no. Okay? You cannot take any medication on an empty stomach except prescribed by a doctor that you should take this medication without food. But most medication must be taken during or after food, not before food, except your doctor prescribe you that this medication must be taken in an empty stomach. Okay? But no, that is a simple answer to read. Some medications are powerful. Taking them on an empty stomach is going to irritate or upset your stomach, make you to vomit, uh, cause you a lot of intestine bleeding or harm. Uh, so you must follow your doctor's instruction. But most medication must be taken with during or after food, but not on an empty stomach, except your doctor advice strictly says in your prescription this drug must be taken on an empty stomach before food. Then you follow your doctor's instructions. Okay, metformin is a strong drug, very powerful, cannot be taken on an empty stomach. All right. Linda says, now I understand. Okay, very good. Now you understand. Let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question. Keep sending in your questions. There's a link on my page. Anybody that wants to come to the live video, go to my page. There's a link. I put a link on my page. You can click on that link, and then it's going to bring you into this broadcast. And then I will accept you if you want to ask your question. There is a link on my page. I put it on my page that they can click and follow the instruction, the direction, how to join. Okay. Or even on that video, even on the video you're watching, it's going to tell you where to click on that video you're watching and how to join. Okay. You can either go to my page and there's a link I posted there. Click on that link and you can join. I can bring you in here if you want to join the program, or directly from the video you're watching, there should be a button where you can click to join the live video. Okay. I'm working on this new year. I'm going to be providing a phone number that you guys can call uh, during a live broadcast. You guys can call in and ask your questions or interact with me to have a discussion. So I'm going to be bringing in that in this new year. So, and if you've not subscribed to my page, please kindly do so. We have to increase the number. We have to increase the number. We have to increase. We are at about 33,000 followers now, so we try to make sure we increase it to about 60 to 70,000 followers. So bit by bit until we reach 100 or 100 plus. So if you've not subscribed to my page, please kindly do so. Go and subscribe to my page so that anytime I'm on live video, you'll be notified automatically. Okay? All right? And keep watching the videos. Most of you don't watch my video, they watch it 1, 2, 3 minutes and then they go. So the more you watch the video from the beginning to the end, the more it scales you up. Because the more it scales you up, and there is a time Facebook is going to recommend that these are people watching my video to the full, show an appreciation, then they will recommend for me what to do. Uh, so the more you watch the video from the beginning to the end, the more it's going to scale you up. Okay. So number one, number two, the first 10. Okay. The first 10 is what the Facebook is showing me who are watching my video constantly from the beginning to the end, commenting, joining the live program. So this is going to bring you to the first 10 instead of it to be the next 10. So try as much as you can. I'm going to make it to see if it's going to be the first 100. Maybe the way I set up the algorithm, I'm going to see if I can increase the number to the first 100. So try to make sure you watch the videos from the beginning to the end. All right. So let's go back to the questions. Let me see. There's another question that came in now. There's a question. This one says, "Is honey good for diabetics?" I'm divided. I have a divided opinion on this. Is honey good for diabetics? I've said no. Despite that honey has a low GI index, I tend to say no. Okay? But some doctors would say, yes, it is okay to eat honey. Okay? But you got to eat honey in proportion. Medically, yes, as a diabetes, you can take honey. But to me personally, I would say no. I have to be consistent. What might be many questions that people have asked me about honey, I say stay away from honey. Despite it has a low GI index than table sugar. Okay. Is it safe to take honey? Yes, as a diabetic, but I personally I said no. Because I learned one thing: when you tell people that it's safe to take honey, then they go, I will say yes, yes, take honey. The only aspect they listen, they take from my whole sentence is yes, take honey. They don't listen to the second aspect of my conversation. Yes, take honey, but it has to be taken in moderation. It has to be in a smaller size. It's going to be in a portion size. They will not consider that. The only thing they want to listen is yes. Then what do? They go home and then they take 3-4 spoons of honey in their tea. And the next thing they call back and say, "Doctor, I took honey and I'm peeing all the time. You told me to take honey." Yes, I tell you to take honey, but did you listen to the second aspect of it? I say in moderation. Oh, I forgot. Well, so I tend to say no, don't take honey, because it depends on individual. How can you determine what is small portion or what is a bigger portion? So when I say take a small portion, they'll say, okay, they'll go and take half spoon. Half spoon of honey can even affect your sugar level. So I cannot determine what is the smaller portion. Is it safe? Yes, because it has a low GI index. But it must be consumed in moderation. It must be disciplined. But what determines a smaller portion? Some will go and take a half spoon of honey or a full spoon of honey and they mix it and it balloons their sugar level up. That is why I said the smaller the quantity of what you take, that will determine the level of the rise of your sugar level because of the carbohydrate in it. Despite it says zero sugar. So the larger the quantity of honey, that honey you are taking also contains carbohydrate. So if you go and take one full spoon of honey or 2 spoons then it's going to increase the level of carbohydrate, and then it's going to make a lot of changes in your sugar level in your bloodstream. It's going to spike it up. So what I have tend to do was to say, no, don't go for honey, because I am not there to watch you to know how many honey you're going to take. Okay. So in order not to abuse it or to encourage you to abuse it, I will say categorically, no, stay away from honey, because definitely it's going to affect your sugar level if you abuse it. Okay. So that's what I'm going to say. So that was the question. Is honey good for diabetics? Generally, I would say, okay, yes, because it has a low GI index, but it should be consumed in moderation. Because now, what determines moderation? What is the size that is going to determine what is the moderation? What might be moderate to me might not be moderate to another person. Okay, so it depends on individual. So people tend to hear yes, and when they hear yes, they grab it and then go and they start consuming, and then the next thing they rush back and say, "Oh, you know what? This is affecting me." They fail to listen to the second aspect of it. Okay, so that is why I said I tend to stay away from saying honey is not safe to consume as a diabetic. I'm going to step away for a minute. I'm going to step away for a minute, and I'm going to come back and we'll continue. I have about another 30 minutes to go, and then we'll round up. Just a minute. I'm going to step away from the camera and come back. All right, I'm back. I've got to take my vitamin C. I need to take my vitamin C now, so I have to go and grab my vitamin C to take. All right. Let's try to round up now, because I made this program for 2 hours. So I can allow you guys to go and enjoy your new holiday. So let's get in the last question. 2 or 3 more questions is what I need. So we can round up from today's program. 2 or 3 more questions to round up. Let me go and see what is happening. Joyce or Bapemi, thank you very much. I got your response. Joyce or Bapemi, thank you very much. I got your response. All right. So continue to monitor your sugar level all the time. Continue to monitor your sugar level all the time. So I need to get in 2 or 3 questions in. We have about 20 minutes to round up. So I need 2 or 3 more questions to round up. Mohammed asked me a question, send me a private message. What I don't like discussing private messages is that when you email me privately, it means you don't want me to discuss it in the public forum, so I keep it private. So I have those that send me questions on my private message. I'm not going to discuss it here. I'm going to respond back. Mohammed Farouk, you are welcome. Thank you for your question. Thank you for your comment. I'm going to respond back properly. Lamin S. Kamara, thank you very much for your comment. Alex Tawi, I believe I've answered your question on the oranges. So let's get into 2 or 3 more questions before we round up. Okay, Yetunde, let me see what he says. I don't know, today my camera is not all that clear. My face cannot, I believe you guys can see my face. I'm going to adjust my camera. I'm going to try to fix that camera. Okay, Yetunde question says, is there another device or machine to monitor sugar level without blood samples, please? Yes. Yetunde, yes. There are is there another device or machine to monitor sugar level without blood samples? Yes, but it's very expensive. Now, I know there is, but they're very expensive. There is one you can place permanently on your arm or any part of your body. Okay, you place it in your arm or any part of your body, and then you program it on your phone. You program it on your phone either automatically or manually. Manually, automatically means the way you program it on your app on the phone. It comes with an app on the phone to say, I want to know my sugar reading every 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes, it's going to send you an alert on that your phone, what your sugar reading is. Or you can set a level on your phone to say, if my sugar level rises to this amount, alert me so that I can control. Maybe you don't want it to go above 6, or when it's at 7, it should alert you. So when your sugar level really rises to that 7, it's going to alert you that the sugar level is about to go above 7. Okay, that's automatically. Or you can set it to alert you on your phone every 1 hour or every 2 hours. It's going to send you on your phone that is your sugar level. And then you can print them out. If you want to print it out, you can go and print it and keep it as a, instead of you writing them with having a booklet, that's on your phone. Or when I say manually, it means you have to now check it manually by taking your phone. You're going to bring your phone close to that patch on your arm or any part of your body. You're going to bring it close. And once it scans that patch, it's going to now tell you your sugar reading on your phone. So that one you are not pushing your finger. That's one. Then the other one is Apple. Apple has a Apple Watch. Apple now has a watch that can now read your sugar reading and even your high blood pressure. Okay, but Apple products are very expensive. Okay, those are very expensive. So I'm advertising it now, Apple. I'm not even supposed to advertise it, but I know of Apple. It's a watch, okay, that will monitor your sugar level and tell you what your sugar level is. There's a lot of other apps, okay, that I know that you don't need to pierce your hand. It's going to tell you. But the one I know everybody's using it. The one that you put it in your hand, put it anywhere in your hands. You can take a shower with it. You can do what you want to do with it. It stays there permanently. All you have to do is the way you program it. Is it manually or automatically? But that one have to be changed every 30 days. Once you put it on your body, it's going to be there every 30 days. You're going to change it and put another one. So, but it's very expensive. Okay. So there are devices for that. So I hope I've answered your question, Yetunde. Okay. Well, but can we get more question in? More questions in before we go. Someone telling me, asking me, can I eat 20 oranges a day? Why should you? It means you're not listening to what I'm saying all day. I asking me, can I take 20 oranges? Can I take 20 oranges a day? Yeah. It means all I've been saying for the past 2 hours, you don't even listen to me. All right. Apart from the Apple Watch, you mentioned, what is the name of the other device? I'm gonna search it. I'm gonna search it and give it to you. I'm gonna search it. That means I'm advertising those products and I'm not getting compensated on them. Yesterday, I'm advertising that product. That means you have to pay me for that. Diabetes. Let me check it. Let me. I know I'm going to get the name. I'm trying to get the name. Okay, I've gotten the name. Yeah, I've gotten. There are a lot. There are a lot. Let me see. Yetunde, I'm going to send you an invoice. You're going to pay me for this if I give you the name because I'm advertising for this company and they have not contracted me to advertise for their products. Uh, there's a question I want to answer. I'm going to give you the name. Somebody asked me, can I take 40 oranges per day? I want to answer that question. Um, okay, get a pen and paper. I'm going to mention. I'm going to since I've already mentioned Apple Watch, so I might as well say it. Uh, the the one the one. Let me see. Let me just type it there. Let me just type it and then send it. Let me just type it. Uh, Let me just type it. So, Yetunde, this is the device there. That's the device. Okay, that's the device there. Uh, okay. Now, let me go to this question. Somebody says, uh, can I eat 20 oranges a day? Um, somebody asked me, can I eat 20 oranges a day? All right. Listen, if you are not diabetic, you can eat 20, 40 oranges a day because there is no overdose on the amount of vitamin C you get. If you are not diabetic, you can eat 20, 40 oranges per day. You are good to go because there is nothing like an overdose of vitamin C. Okay? For you to get an overdose in vitamin C, it's good. You have to get about 2,000 milligrams of that. And 40 oranges cannot make it to accumulate 2,000 milligrams of uh, vitamin C. So if you are not diabetic, you can take up to 40 oranges per day. Up to. But once you're diabetics, it is a no-go area. Once you're diabetic, it's a no-go area. That is why, as a diabetic, you're allowed to take 2 oranges per day. Okay? As a diabetic, you are allowed to take 2 oranges per day. If you are not diabetic, let me put it properly so that you are not gonna. If you are not diabetic, um, so if you are not diabetic, there is almost no chance of you getting a vitamin C overdose eating orange, as the upper limit for overdose is 2,000 milligrams. Okay, and even then, symptoms might not appear unless that number is doubled. So if you get about 4,000 milligram of vitamin C, yes. Even at 2,000 milligram, you cannot even get symptoms of overdose. Okay. Each orange contains 51 milligram of vitamin C. So unless you eat 40 oranges per day, you are good to go. If you are not diabetic. But if you are diabetic, okay, but if you are diabetic, you are allowed to take 2 oranges per day. Okay. If you are diabetic, you are allowed to take 2 oranges per day. But if you are not diabetic, you can take up to up to 40 oranges per day, because for you to get an overdose of vitamin C, you must be getting at least 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Even at 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C, you might not even develop any symptom except you double it to about 4,000 milligrams of vitamin C, because each orange contains about 51 milligrams of vitamin C. So if you are not diabetic, you are good to take up to 40 oranges per day. But if you are diabetic, you are allowed to take 2 orange per day. Okay, I think I've said it before. I'm going to post it again where I mentioned it before. How many fruits should I take? Yeah. A person with diabetes can eat 2 orange daily, but the effect on the blood sugar level will depend on various factors, including age, gender, weight, physical activities level, and overall health condition. Okay, so those are the differences. Those are the differences, and you are right, Yetunde. 40 oranges for a normal human being is too much. Okay, so 40 oranges for a normal human being is too much. Except you don't have any work to do, except you just sit at home, you don't have any work to do, then you have the time to eat 40 up to 40 oranges per day. But as I said, if you are not diabetic, that's okay. Okay. If you are not diabetic, there is almost no chance of you getting a vitamin C overdose eating oranges, as the upper limit for overdosing is 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C. And even then, symptoms might not even appear unless you double up to 4,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Each vitamin C contains about 51 milligrams of vitamin C. And so, unless you eat 40 oranges per day, you are good to go. Okay. And I said it again, as a diabetic, you're allowed to take 2 oranges per day. 2 oranges per day as a diabetic. All right. So, do we have questions? Do we have questions? Nobody have sent me a star. No, you guys are not sending me a star. Nobody have sent me a star to say thank you. Nobody have sent me a star to buy a star. Does it mean that I don't deserve a star from you guys, my fans? Nobody have sent me a star, buy a star to send to say thank you. What is going on? All right. So, do we have any more question? We have about 10 minutes to go. I booked for 2 hours today, so it's about 1:54, almost 2 hours to go. Do you have any more question? My video is not clear. See, you guys cannot. I don't know if you guys can see my face clearly. I'm going to try to change it, adjust it. Um, next time, I'm going to try to adjust it so that I have a lot of light in here, but I don't know why my face is dark a little bit. So that is it on. Do we have any more questions before we round up for today? Other questions, I'm going to answer them on my page. I'm going to answer it on my page. Do we have one more question, two more questions? How, how do you read? Okay. You guys are having fun with my video. Having a bit of a rainbow. Okay. All right. You guys put smiles on my face. This one is having fun with my video. Okay. Go ahead. Do you have any more questions? If this is your first time coming across my page and you've not followed me on my page or subscribe, subscription is free. It costs you nothing to join the page. You just go to my page and follow me so that anytime I drop a new page, you'll be notified. Okay. And also try to watch the videos from the beginning to the end. Also try to like my page, like my page, like my videos. You see, any video that get up to 1,000 like is Facebook put it out more for people to see. So the more likes a particular video is getting, the more Facebook put it on top of other videos. So if a particular video get up to 1,000 likes, then they will grade it up that this video is getting more attention. It needs to be more publicized. So try as much as you guys can. Try to like the videos, like the page, and also try to comment. And if you've not subscribed to my page, kindly do so that anytime I'm on live video or I post any new video, it will automatically come to your page. Okay? And then send in your questions anytime. I'll make out time to answer your question either privately or I'll bring it out on a live video. If you send me a private message, it means you don't want it to be discussed publicly. I will now respond to you privately. Okay, so I try to respect everybody's privacy. Some don't like to ask public questions, and I can understand because of the nature of their health. So I would like to entertain those questions privately. I would not like to bring it in on the public domain. Okay, so try as much as you can to send in your questions or your messages. All right, and we'll go from there. So if you've not joined my page, kindly do so. Subscribe to my page and make sure you guys watch my videos from the beginning to the end. We also have to increase the number. We are at about 33,000 followership now. So we have to make sure we increase it, double that number or triple that number. So try to follow the page, try to share the page, invite your friends to join the page. Okay? Most importantly, you guys have to watch the video and then like the videos. I also thank you guys for 2023. You guys have been awesome. Very important followers. 2024 is going to be better. I'm going to try to increase the content and I'm going to try to change few things. Either the calling, which is better. I'm trying to see if you guys can call in on the live show, ask your questions, or join the program. So I'm trying to make it more interesting. So you guys should tell me 2024, what do you guys want me to do? What addition do you want me to do? So I would like to hear from you guys your own opinion. Okay, what are the new things you guys want me to change or add to on the 2024? So I would like to read from you guys. Okay, give me your opinion, your suggestions. Send me an email, send me a private message. Do this so that I'm going to go through it and see how to add one or two things in it. Okay, so I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you guys want me to do in the year 2024? What other changes you guys want me to put in? I'd like to hear from you guys. Okay, either through comments or you can send me a private message and I'm going to go through it and then we can talk about it. So in the absence of any other questions, I'm going to be rounding up now because my 2 hours time allotted to me is almost up or is up. If there is no any other question, I'm going to say to you guys, enjoy your holiday. All right. Enjoy your New Year's celebration. At the same time, do not be carried away or do not be tempted to do things you are not supposed to do, especially if you're diabetic. It is no harm to say no. If you are in an environment or in a location where they are eating and then they're asking you why you are not eating, say no and stand by your no. You know your health issues. Take water. Okay, even if you are going to eat, 1 spoon is enough. You want to please your family members or where you're so they don't say maybe you don't want to eat their food. 1 spoon is enough. Don't go beyond 1 spoon. The most important thing is that you have to be disciplined. You got to watch what you eat. Because at the end of the day, when you go and enjoy in the public because you want to please others and displease your health issues, when you return home, you are the one who's going to suffer the consequences. So you have to make sure you choose wisely, you make a wise decisions, and then stay disciplined while celebrating your new year. You got to make a nice choice on what you consume, and also make some changes in this 2024 regarding your diabetic issue. Or if you're a caregiver, make sure uh, uh, you adopt certain things in order to take care of your loved ones who are going through these illnesses. Okay, as I said, diabetes is all about knowledge. The more you know about diabetes, the more it is easy for you to take care of. Manage it properly. Okay, if you don't know much about diabetes, then you find it very difficult to contain it. Is it containable? Yes. Can you live with it? Yes. The question is that you have to know the intricacies, the rules and regulations governing diabetes. And once you know all those things, you see that diabetes management is very easy to understand, to live with, to manage with, and then you can live a normal life. But the question is, are you dedicated to get those information to yourself, to your loved ones, to live a normal life? Okay. So what kills my people in Africa, Asian country is lack of knowledge. Okay, that's why the government is not helping a lot, but you also should also do your research, gain knowledge about diabetics, and then live with it. Okay, you can live a longer life with diabetics once you obtain the knowledge, intricacies, the rules and regulations governing diabetics, and then live according to those rules, and then you are going to live a longer life. All right. So, Yetunde, thank you very much. Linda, Happy New Year. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I got your messages. So uh, I'm gonna um, so I'm gonna make sure we so make sure you make a wise decision this new year. All right, and be disciplined. Feel free to send in your questions anytime. I will answer those questions at my own earliest convenience. So at the meantime, in the absence of any further questions, I might say to you guys, you see, when I want to knock off, I see people joining the program more. So and I don't want to look so disrespectful. Maybe one of my fans is joining. They say, okay, I'm joining you now and you're logging off. That sounds so bad. They might not understand that I've been on this for 2 hours. So and I could see they are coming in now. So I'm going to just wait for another 5 minutes and see. When I look at the viewership drop, then I can just close it up. So those that are joining me now, if you have any question, feel free to ask your question before I knock off. Okay. I don't want to sound as if Alex, you see, Alex just coming now. I know Alex Tai will just come in now and made a comment. Alex, I believe you've seen my response to your questions. Okay. So uh, um, if you have any further questions, those that are joining now, ask your questions. If you have any further questions regarding uh, what we are discussing today, I was discussing today orange and orange juice. Okay. So if you have any question, those that are joining now, feel free to ask your question. Okay. Because we've been on here, I've been on this program for 2 hours plus. I was about knocking off and I see people are joining the program now. So those that are joining now, if you have any further question, feel free to ask your question. Feel free to ask your questions. For me, I'm just going to wait for questions. There's no more thing for me to talk about now other than to see and listen to your questions. So let's see what is going on. I'm going to read those that are sending me private messages. Just exercise suspicion. As soon as I get off offline, I'm going to go and respond to your questions. Those that are emailing me private messages, I'm going to answer your questions privately once I'm offline. Okay? I'm hungry now. What do I eat? What am I going to eat now? Today is the 31st. Okay. Let's see what question coming. Gloria says, should we eat banana? No, I've discussed that question. I said no. Banana has too much sugar in them. Banana is not good. If you find it very hard to control your sugar level, banana is not good for you. Okay, if you are diabetic, because it contains a lot of sugar. Okay, so the sugar content in it is very high. So some say they take it a little bit and they are okay. So everything depends. Everything depends. There are certain factors you have to consider if you are taking banana. But generally, I would advise against taking banana because of the high sugar content in them, Gloria. So I would advise you to stay away from it. But there are certain things you got to take into consideration if you choose to take banana. As I discussed it before, mentioned it before, you got to take into consideration your age, your gender, okay, your weight, your medication, how physical are you, okay, how physical are you, and then your sugar control, your blood sugar control. Are you controlling your sugar level normally? Are you finding it very hard to control your sugar level? These are certain things you got to take into consideration in considering banana. But in general, banana has a high sugar content in them, so it's going to affect your sugar level. So I wouldn't recommend or advise you to take banana at all. But there are some are taking banana. They say they are good, but I generally would recommend against it. So that will answer your question. Uh, uh, the next question says, I have been experiencing burning sensation and pain in my feet, also experiencing weakness on the penis. What can I do? Muhammad. Okay. Okay. Muhammad, you have two questions in one. I'm going to answer all your questions one by one. Gloria, I'm going to answer your question on granite once I finish Muhammad's question. Uh, Muhammad, I've answered your question for banana. Gloria, on your granite, I'm going to answer your question once I finish Muhammad's question. Muhammad, I have been experiencing burning sensation and pain in my feet, also experiencing weakness on my penis. You are having your question have two questions. Now, on the question of burning sensation, you are experiencing what is called neuropathy. Neuropathy has to do, or neuropathy, another word for it, we call it diabetic feet. When somebody say you have a diabetic feet or neuropathy, it means you are having a nerve damage. Neuropathy has to do with your nerve damage. You are having a nerve damage on your feet because you have too much elevation of sugar in your bloodstream. Constantly having a high sugar content, sugar in your bloodstream will trigger your neuropathy, your diabetic feet, those burning sensation. When your sugar level in your bloodstream is too high, not only too high just for one day, okay? If you are constantly maintaining a high sugar level in your bloodstream, it's going to now lead to neuropathy for you to be now experiencing those nerve damages. So, due to the high level of sugar in your bloodstream, that is what causes those nerve damages. For you to have control it or for you to mitigate against it is to control your sugar level. You have to bring down your sugar level to normal. Once your sugar level comes down to normal, you see that those nerve damages will disappear. Okay. Once your sugar level retains normal all the time, you see that those burning sensation, pain in your feet is going to disappear. Sometimes you're going to feel as if there is a fire under your feet, burning sensation around your feet. That means your sugar level is too high, you're experiencing a nerve damage. To control it, you have to reduce your sugar level. And once your sugar level fall within the range, you see that those things is going to disappear. And those nerve, you don't allow those nerve damages to linger for a longer period of time because it's going to cause you to have other things. And what happens if your nerves in your feet are completely damaged? That is when you are not going to feel any sensation in your feet. There's not going to be flow of blood in your feet. You see, now that is why you see when you have sore or injury in your feet, because those nerves are damaged, there's no flow of blood in those areas, okay, and then you have blisters or wound in those areas because you don't have any defense in that area. There's no defense. Your white blood cells are all dead. All the cells in the vessels there are all dead. Now you have a wound in those areas. What happens is that because once you have a wound, it's not healing properly. It takes a longer period of time to heal those wounds. And because those wounds are now open, there's the possibility you stand a high rate of chance of infection through those wounds. And once there's an infection through those wounds, that is why you see people get amputated. And they amputate their leg or their hands to save their life. So don't allow those nerve damage to linger for a long period, because the more you have those burning sensations, the more you're experiencing nerve damage. And once you have a completely nerves in those areas damaged, dead, you are not having any sensation, and you happen to have any wound in that area, you are still a chance of getting amputated. So you have to make sure you control your sugar level at all times to get rid of it. Now let's go to your weakness in your penis. The same thing. You are having erectile weakness in you having erectile dysfunction because you are not controlling your sugar, and those sugar is damaging your nerves in your penis. That is why you're not having an erection, because those sugar is damaging all the nerves in your body, and that is why now you are not having erection weakness. Or maybe you have erection less than 1 minute, the erection goes down. You can't have constant erection for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Maybe your erection lasts for 1 minute or less than 1 minute, because the nerve damage in your penis is now being damaged because you have too much sugar in your bloodstream. And once those nerve damage are completely damaged, it cannot be reversed. You can't have an erection anymore. You have to depend on Viagra or Cialis to get an erection. So the best thing to do is to control those sugar level at all times to make sure it doesn't have any further nerve damage either in your feet or in your penis. Those nerves dead, because once those nerves are damaged, you can't have an erection. So you have to depend on drugs. Okay, so that is my advice for you, Muhammad. Okay, now let's just go to Gloria and Grand Nuts. Okay, let me see. Mohammed said, you are reducing your weight. Let me finish with Gloria. I'm going to answer all your questions. Let me finish with Mohammed's question, because he said, hold on. He said, Mohammed says, I'm constantly reducing weight. What should I do? Okay, I discussed that. Yesterday was Saturday. On Friday, I did a video on this. If you can watch my video on Friday, I discussed this, why you are reducing weight. Let me just quickly discuss on why you are reducing weight. What should I do? I'm constantly reducing weight. There are so many reasons why you reduce weight. Gloria, I'm going to answer all your questions. Let me finish with Mohammed's question, because I could see you have about up to 4 questions there. Mohammed, there are several reasons why you are reducing weight. Okay, there are several reasons why you are reducing weight constantly. It could be due to your drug. 85% of diabetes medication will make you to reduce weight. While you are controlling your sugar, it's going to also help you to reduce weight. Most of the diabetic medication also helps to reduce weight. That is why doctors will recommend you have to reduce your weight. It's also part of managing diabetes, reducing your weight. So most of the drugs you take also help to reduce your weight. But if your weight reduction is not abnormal, then you have to see your doctor to find out why you are reducing weight more. Now, your doctor will check your medication. If it is the cause of your medication, he might change that medication to a new medication or reduce the dosage. But most of the time, most medication you take about diabetes help you to reduce your weight. Now, the second aspect of it again is that if your doctor see that it's not the medication that is causing you to reduce weight, then they have to run a test again, a further test to find out why you are reducing unnecessary weight. There could be probably a hormonal imbalance in your system. That's when they run a check, they'll check all your thyroid, check your system to see Is your thyroid overreacting or underreacting? Because another thing that can cause you to have to reduce weight constantly or abnormally is your thyroid. Maybe your diabetes have attacked your thyroid gland, and now your thyroid might be overreacting or underreacting. If so, to see if your thyroid is having those issues, your T3, T4. So if they check that your thyroid is overreacting, underreacting, then they will recommend a treatment or a surgery to move to correct it. So, so if it's not medication, it could be your on any underlying health issues to see why you are reducing weight. Now, the last aspect of it is that while trying to get rid of excess sugar in your bloodstream, you're also getting rid of excess fluid from your system. You're experiencing dehydration. Okay. Once you're experiencing dehydration, that means you are losing too much fluid in your system. That can also cause you to lose weight. So when your sugar level is too much and you are frequently rushing to the washroom to urinate, okay, because every time you are going to the washroom to urinate, you are getting rid of excess sugar. At the same time, your body is removing excess water from your system. So you are removing excess sugar from your body. You're also removing excess fluid from your system. Those are going to cause you to have be dehydrated. Because of that dehydration, you are going to lose excess weight. Okay. So these are the things that can cause you to have lose weight constantly or abnormally. So if your daughter check all those things, that is not a cause of it, then they will run a further test to see why you are reducing weight. So I would advise you to see your doctor. If you're not comfortable with your weight loss, see your doctor to run further tests with you to see why you are reducing weight. Okay. So Mohammed, I hope I've answered your question on that weight issue. Then let me go to Gloria. Iman, you are welcome. Let me go to uh, Gloria's question on granuts. What should I? Let me go to Gloria. Gloria asked me a question about. I'm trying to find out. Okay, granuts. So what about granuts? Um, the nut family. Those that are sending me, I'm going to respond. Those that I'm going to. Okay. Uh, Granite. I have a divided attention. So okay. So granite. Now granite is not bad for people with diabetics. Okay, you can eat granite, but you also have to be very careful the amount of granite you eat because almond. Remember, almond is belong to the nut family. Okay, what do you call what do you call it? What's the there's another one. Almond. There's another one. There's another one. The one I eat all the time. They all belong to cashew nut. All these belong to nut family. Granite belong to nut family. Okay, you are safe to eat them, but you have to make sure you eat them in a smaller proportion. Everything's about portion control. Okay, not have a low GI index, so it is not going to affect your sugar level that much, but it must be consumed on a lower portion. As I said it 2 days ago on my video, once you become diabetics, every food you eat must be in a smaller portion. You are supposed to eat 4 or 5 times a day. You have to eat every 4 to 5 hours. Every 4 or 5 hours, you take a smaller portion. Every 4 to 5 hours, you take a smaller portion. So remember, granite, despite it is safe to eat as a diabetes, it has a low GI index. Okay. Remember, it also has carbohydrates. And that is why you have to consume it in a smaller portion. Don't just go and eat a whole granite because that's going to spark up a sugar level. So eating granite is safe, but it must be eaten in a smaller portion. Okay. Um, let me put it here for. Let me type it here and put. Okay. Let me go to. So I don't know. So Gloria on the nut, yes. Food with GL of 10 or less are considered low impact food. Peanuts have a G1 a GI source score of 14 and a GL of 1, making them one of the lowest scoring GI food. This low impact on blood sugar level is one reason why peanut can be good snack for people with diabetes. Okay, so that is uh, okay. Now let me go to you. Ask Gloria. You asked me another question. Let me see that question you asked me. Iman, you have question for me? No. Now, Gloria says, I always put water in some soft drinks. Is that good? This is the next question Gloria asked me. I always put water in some soft drink. Is that good? Okay, I want to know the kind of soft drink you're putting water. Because when you take soft drinks, you can be drinking Coke, Sprite, 7 Up. And to me, if you like, if you're drinking 7 Up, Coke, Fanta, fruit juice, and you're putting water in it, it does not make any sense. You are drinking sugar, you are drinking sugar. So if you like, put water, put 2 bottles of water in, it doesn't make any sense because in the first place, you're not even supposed to be taking those drinks. So if you are, so I have to know the kind of soft drink you're talking about. So if you are drinking Coke, Sprite, Fanta, fruit orange juice, and you are putting water in it, it does not make any sense, any difference. Because at the end of the day, you are not even supposed to be taking those kind of drinks. You're supposed to stay away from it. You are drinking sugar and you are putting water in it, and it doesn't make any sense. It's either you drink pure water, you know you're drinking water, fine. As a diabetic, you're supposed to drink more water than even Coke, Fanta. So you got to stay away from all those soda drinks that contains a lot of sugar. As a diabetic, you got to stay away from anything soda. Anything soda, stay away from them because they contain a lot of sugar and a lot of carbohydrates. So you're not even supposed to be taking all those drinks. Okay. So so it doesn't matter, except you are telling me you are drinking pure water. That's a different thing entirely. But as long as you're taking Coke, Fanta, Sprite, 7 Up, it doesn't make any difference. I don't want if you take water, it doesn't make you that's a pure sugar you're drinking. So it's gonna still have affect your sugar level. So you're gonna stay away from it. Except you are specific on the type of drink you are taking, then I know. Like even tonic water. You see those tonic water? People see those tonic water, okay, because it's very bitter. They say, oh, tonic water because it's bitter. Tonic water, there's no difference between tonic water and Coke. There's no difference between tonic water and Coke or 7. They're the same thing. Yes, tonic water is bitter, Coke is sweeter. But there's no difference between tonic water drink and Coke. They're all the same thing. You see that tonic water is bitter. Do you know how many sugar was added in it to dilute it so that you can to bring the bitterness to that level for you to drink it? Do you know how many sugar that was added in it to bring down that bitterness to that level so that you'll be able to drink it? Because if they give you the real tonic water the way it is without adding sugar, you can't even swallow it. You cannot swallow it. So they have to dilute it with a lot of sweetness, a lot of calories, a lot of sugar to bring it down to that level so that you're able to drink it. So there's no difference between tonic water and Coke. They're all the same thing. Stay away from it. Okay? The only one you can drink is the soda water or the carbonated water. You see that on the right, soda water. Go and check any soda water. You see that it is 0,0000. It contains zero carbohydrates, zero nothing. Those are the only ones you can drink. Or carbonated waters. Check the content. All right. So stay away from tonic water. They are the same thing with Coke. All right. So I think Gloria, thank you. You are learning a lot. I think I've answered Gloria's question. Okay, thank you very much. Coke, fruit juice, Fanta. Gloria, they're all the same thing. Coke, fruit, Coke, orange juice, Fanta, Sprite. Malt is even worse because malt contains a lot of sugar and carbohydrate. They're all the same thing. You see, that is the reason why, okay, you see a lot of patients. I come across them. They will come to me and tell me, oh, doc, I've been taking all the medications. I take all my medication all the time. You ask me to take I'm taking all the medication. Look at it. I stick to the medication, but why is it my sugar level is always high? And I look at them and I laugh. Because they are still drinking malt, they are still drinking Fanta, they are still drinking all these sugary items. So how do you expect your sugar level to come low? Let me tell you, all of you that are listening, you can drink as many diabetes drugs you can drink, metformin, any drug they are giving you from now to eternity. You can drink as many diabetes drugs you are drinking from now to eternity. If you are still eating the same diet they ask you not to eat, you are not going to control your sugar level. It's going to still be high. You can drink any medication on diabetes you can drink from eternity. If you are still drinking those things they ask you to stop drinking or eating, your sugar level will still be going high, even if you are taking your diabetes medication. You have to change your diet. You have to balance that is why I say you take your medication, you have to eat healthy. You must stay away from those things they ask to stay away. You must balance your diet so that your medication is going to work. If you don't change your diet, if you don't abstain from those things they ask you to abstain, your medication is not going to work. You drink your medication, you must eat healthy. You must stay away from those foods, those drinks for that medication to work, for you to control your sugar level. So that is it. That's why I say to everybody, diabetics have rules and regulations. If you understand the intricacies, those rules, and live according to those rules, you are going to live a normal life. Do everything that others do. You can't even have fear of anything. You go to a doctor, you are confident of your health status because you are living according to the rules and regulations of diabetics. It is when you don't know those rules, you are not living according to those rules, you are not obeying those rules. That is when you see that you are taking medication, but every time your sugar level is high. Every time your high blood pressure is high, every time you're having a heart attack, you're having stroke, you're having this, your legs are swollen, you're having a burning sensation, you can't have an erection. As a woman, you have a low libido, you don't enjoy sex anymore. Your husband taught you, you don't feel like having sex anymore. Your boyfriend taught you, you don't feel like, it's like, or maybe you are in the night, you are making love with your husband, you are okay. In the next minute, when within 1 minute, you tell him, stop, I don't want anymore. Because all those things, the nerve damage, the sugar level have damaged all the nerve damages. You are not enjoying those things you are enjoying before because the sugar in your level have destroyed those nerve damages. So the same thing a man is going through in terms of erectile dysfunction, women also experience that. They don't enjoy sex anymore. They have low libido. Even if they try to have sex, they won't last more than within 1 minute. They tell the guy, "Oh, stop! You know what? I'm not interested anymore." Because the desire is not there because the nerve damages have been destroyed. So you got to control your sugar level at all times. You must control your sugar level at all. The key is all about managing your sugar levels so that it doesn't cause you other complications and damaging your nerves. Having a diabetes can cause you to go blind. That's why you see somebody, when he was born, he was not blind. Right from childhood to when he was 20, 30, 40, he's not blind. All of a sudden, he developed blindness because of he didn't catch up the diabetes in time, or he didn't know that he had a diabetes, and the sugar level goes and destroy the nerve damages, and then all of a sudden he become blind. So there are a lot of complications that diabetes can cause you. That is why they want you to mitigate against it in time and live according to the rules and regulations governing diabetics. It's a simple thing. Manage your sugar level for you to live a normal life. All right. Now I take DRG2 is the medicine. All right. Um, I take DRG2 is the medicine I'm taking now. The DRG2 you are taking, do you have any side effect in it? Do you have any side effect on the DRG2 you are taking, Gloria? Okay. Okay. Yeah, the DRG2, as I said, there are different type of diabetes drug that um, doctors use. Every doctor doesn't use the same medication treating diabetes. So it belongs to a class of those anti-diabetes drugs. Okay, so every doctor have a different medication they use to treat diabetes. So if you are, it's a good drug. Okay, they use it in treating diabetes, but except when you have any side effects, then you can go to your doctor to say, look, I'm having a side effect on this medication. Can you change it for me? But it's one of those anti-diabetes drugs they use in treating diabetes. Okay, so it's a combination of two medication used to. It's a combination of two drugs. That is two drugs. That's why it's two drugs in one. Uh, it's a combination of two drugs. So they combine two drugs in one to treat the diabetes. That is why it's called the Dior G2, and it's anti-diabetic drug. So as long as you are using it and you are not having any side effect in it, it's okay. And then while taking it, as I said, you must follow your doctor's instructions on the number of times you have to take it. And then you have to also balance your diet, also reduce your weight, and then you have to be physically active. For all those things have to work hand in hand. If you are taking this medication and you're not balancing your diet, it's not going to work. One, you have to be physically active. Exercising is very important. You have to also reduce your weight. All those things help in managing your diabetes. Okay. And I believe your doctor, when you're taking those drugs, you have to, and one thing with those drugs, that when you are taking those drugs, you have to take it with food. When taking this drug, this particular drug you mentioned to me, it has to be taken with food. You can't take it on an empty stomach. Okay. Um, so, Gloria, have I answered your question? All right. Thank you very much, Gloria. Happy New Year. Enjoy your New Year. Okay. Gloria, where are you watching me from? Gloria, where are you watching me from? Mohammed, I'm trying to understand your question. You say, ever since I was diagnosed with this disease, I have been on insulin. Though I tried metformin, it has some side effect. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Nice. Be disciplined, Gloria, be disciplined what you eat. So don't be carried away with those delicious Nigerian food. Mohammed, I'm trying to understand your question. It says, ever since I was diagnosed with this disease, I have been on insulin. Though I tried metformin, but it has some side effects. So as I type, I still continue to take insulin twice a day. Um, okay, let me idea any other medicine beside insulin because tried. I'm tired of injecting myself daily. Now, Mohammed, you see the problem with if you're on insulin, you're metformin. I don't know why. Okay, Gloria. Okay, Mohammed, you're on insulin and you are tired of injecting yourself daily. Is there any medicine beside insulin? Okay, Mohammed, on your treatment, okay, why I cannot advise you against your doctor's instruction is that you are not my patient. Okay, so it's against medical ethics to advise you listening to your doctor's instruction. If your doctor put you on insulin and at the same time on metformin, he or she knows better why he put you on insulin on metformin because he knows your health issue. He knows how your diabetics, the stage of your diabetics. Okay, so I would advise you to go back to your doctor. You have every right to go back to your doctor if the medication is not working or if you have side effects and discuss with your doctor on another way to handle your situation. So I would advise you to go back to your doctor and don't hide anything for your doctor. Lay it out. Then the doctor will know which way to handle your situation. Okay. So I would advise you to go back to your doctor. Even if I know there are a lot of medication I can recommend, but I'm not going to do that because I don't know your health. I don't know your health issues to recommend that. Your doctor that is treating you have your record and can advise you appropriately. But there are other medications that they can use to treat. There are thousands of them they can use to treat diabetics. Okay, so I won't advise you against your medical doctor. But what I'm going to say, from looking at you being on insulin and metformin, there are reasons why you're insulin and metformin, and I'm going to advise you. I'm just going to advise you generally why your doctor put you both on insulin and metformin. The stage at which your diabetes is now is bad. The stage at which your diabetes is now is bad. So that is why your doctor is now fighting it from every angle to get control of it. Because doctors look at record, we look at numbers. Okay. Doctors treat the causes and not the symptoms. What we treat is the causes and not the symptoms. Now, doctors look at the numbers. The numbers speaks to the doctors what he or she is seeing before him or her to know how to treat your diabetes. So looking at putting you on insulin and the same metformin, it means the stage at your diabetes is very, very bad. And why do I say it's very, very bad? Because you find it very difficult to control your sugar level. You are not in control of your sugar level. Now the sugar level have taken control of you. So the doctor is now using every arsenal they have to get control of your sugar level before it causes more damages. Now you've told me you are having erectile problem, you're having a nerve damage. So you see that it is causing you more harm. There is attacking all your organs, all your sensitive organs. The sugar level in your bloodstream is attacking and destroying everything that is on its way. So your doctor is now fighting from every angle to see how he or she can control your sugar level because you are unable to control your sugar level by yourself. And controlling your sugar level by yourself is, as I said a few minutes ago, if I'm giving you all this medication and injection, and then you go home and then you are start eating those things I'm asking not to eat, there is no way it's going to work because your sugar level instead of your sugar level coming down to normal, your sugar level is even getting worse by going high because you are not balancing your diet. You are still eating those things they ask you not to eat, or you don't know how much quantity to eat. So that is why you see that they are giving you those medication and still your sugar level is high. And the insulin aspect of it, I can look at it the other way of insulin. I'm going to look at it. I'm looking at it from experience. I'm looking at it why he put you on insulin and at the same time metformin, because metformin is used to control high sugar level. But from looking at from what you just explained to me, it's like you are battling hypoglycemia and hyperglycemia. So your sugar level sometimes goes below the normal level, drop down, and sometimes goes above the sugar level. So insulin is used to bring the sugar level up. When your sugar level drop below the normal level, because the worst thing for you to experience is to experience hypoglycemia. You don't want your sugar level to drop below the normal level. If you drop below the normal level, it causes you another effect, very dangerous, that can cost you your life. So that insulin is used to boost your sugar level up when your sugar level drop below the normal level, while the metformin is used to handle your sugar level when it goes above the normal level. So the doctor give you a combination of two drugs to control your sugar level when it goes down, to boost it up, to keep it within the normal level, and then to bring your sugar level down when it goes above the normal level. So I'm looking at it two different angles. Why is he putting you on insulin and metformin? I could say, okay, maybe you're experiencing a low sugar level. Sometimes your sugar level drop below the normal line, so you have to inject yourself to bring it up. Sometimes your sugar level shoot up below above normal, so you have to bring it down. So I'm looking at it from different angles. Why you're on two injection and metformin, okay? And the other angle was the situation of your sugar level is very, very bad. So your doctor is now fighting very hard to see it get control of before it causes other damages. So finally, I'm going to advise you to see your doctor, continue working with your doctor, continue listening to your doctor. You are in a better hand when you are dealing with your doctor. I cannot advise against your doctor because I don't have your physical record, so I cannot recommend anything. I will advise you honestly to continue working with your doctor and listen to your doctor in taking care of your diabetic situation. All right? Any other question? Any other question before I knock off? Because I've spent almost 3 hours here. All right. Okay. So I'm going to just keep in touch with me, Mohammed. Keep in touch with me. Send me message. Send me message on my page in case if you have any question, any concern. There are certain areas I can advise you. There are certain areas I can recommend. Okay. Gloria, you're from Sierra Leone. Okay. There are certain areas I can be of help, but in terms of recommending medications, I cannot do that. Okay. So keep in touch with me. Send me messages. Ask your questions, and I'm going to respond to your question, Mohammed. Okay. So you are feel free to ask me questions. Send me messages. Okay. And keep listening to my video. Keep watching to my video. If you've not subscribed to my page, go and subscribe to my page. So anytime I drop a new information, you'll be notified. Okay. So let's keep in touch. All right. Gloria, you are still doing spaghetti starch. There's no spaghetti that is not starch. Okay, I haven't seen any spaghetti that doesn't have carbohydrate in it. So spaghetti contains amount of carbohydrate. So um, so it's not like you're not going to eat it like Indomie. People eat Indomie. Indomie contains amount of carbohydrate. It's not that you're not going to eat Indomie or you're not going to eat spaghetti. It's the amount that you consume that what counts. It's the amount of the food that you consume that will determine the effect on your sugar level because they all contains carbohydrate. Remember that those carbohydrates are sugar. That spaghetti you are looking at is carbohydrate. You are looking at it physically, it's carbohydrate. But as soon as you eat it, it goes into your body, it converts that carbohydrate into sugar. So that's how it works. So even if you see that that's a label, the spaghetti says zero sugar in it. Look at the carbohydrate percentage. So you are looking at the spaghetti in your hand. Physically, it's carbohydrate, it's food. But when you eat it, it goes into your system. Your body converts that carbohydrate into sugar. So you see, it converts and then dump it in your bloodstream and then rises up your bloodstream. So that is why you have to, that's why they say eat in a smaller portion. Because when you eat that carbohydrate in a smaller portion, so when your body converts it into sugar, it's not going to affect your sugar level to go high. It is when you eat too much spaghetti or indomie a lot, and it goes into your body convert them into sugar. That's when it affects your sugar and change it to go up. So I hope you understand the essence of it. So that spaghetti you are eating it contains carbohydrate. So if you eat one small spaghetti, just a little bit of spaghetti, it's not going to make any difference. It's not going to affect your sugar level. It is when you eat a lot. Now, when it goes into your system, it converts them into sugar and then shoot up your sugar level. So that is why you have to know how to count your carbs. I talk about you have to learn how to count your carbs. For every meal you eat must contain 15 grams of carbohydrate. Your body needs carbohydrate to survive. For you to talk, you need carbohydrate because that energy you use to talk is an energy you are burning. You are driving, you are walking, you are running, you are burning energy. Those are carbohydrates. So when your carbohydrate is low, when your energy is low, that's when you start feeling weak, tiredness, and dizziness. Because then you have to find something to boost your sugar level up or your carbohydrate up. That's when your body goes into your cells and liver to dig them out. Okay? All right. Do we have more questions? For those that are sending me messages on my email, I'm going to respond to you once I'm offline. I'm going to respond back to you. Since they are private messages, I'm not going to discuss it on a public forum. So I'll go through them after I finish my live program, and then I'll respond to your questions. All right. So I'm waiting for to round up here. Good. So do we have more questions? Do we have more questions before we call it a day? Do we have more questions? I don't know that I'm going to be here for 3 hours today. I've been here for 3 hours. Wow. All right. If there's no any further questions, then it's time for me to end the program for today. How do we send practice messages? Gloria, I didn't understand what you mean. How do you send practice message? I didn't understand. Can you be more clearer? How do you send practice messages? Do you mean private message or practice message? Do you mean private or? Okay. If you go to my page, okay, if you go to my page, okay, you see where it says message. You see where it says, if you go to my page, hold on, let me. If you go to my page, you see where it says, this one, yeah, if you go to my page, you see where it says message, like, and search. You see where it says message at the top of my page. You click on that message, and then you can send your private message. Those are private message. You go to my page, you on top of my page where my name is, where the name of my page is, you see where it says message. It's like in your Facebook page. And when somebody wants to send you a private message on your Facebook, it goes on message and send you a private message. The same thing. So you go on my page, uh, go on my page, you see the message there. So any message you send goes privately. I can read it privately and then respond back privately. Uh, then then also even here on the live program, if you there's a private chat. If you don't want there's even here on the as I'm talking now, if you look at properly, there's a button for private chat. If you don't want your message people to if you don't want your message anybody to see it, there's a button you can click there. It's going to say private chat. So when you send it, it's only me that can see it. People in the forum here cannot see it. Okay? There's a button in this on this video here. It says private chat. If you click it and send a message, nobody can see it except me can see it, and I respond. Or you go to my Facebook there and message. All right. All right. If there are no messages, all of you don't forget to send me stars for my new year. Send me stars for my new year. Nobody have been sending me stars. Go to my Facebook and then you can buy a star and send to me for my new year. For those that have not sent me stars, do not forget to send me stars if you guys appreciate what you guys are getting. You go to my Facebook. On the video, on every video there, on all my videos there, you see where it say thank you or star. You see a star sign, or it's going to say give. You either see on every video, you're going to see where it say give, or you say thank you, or you see stars. If you click on give or thank you, that's how you send. You click there, it's going to direct you how to buy star and send. So it's on every video, every of my video, you go there, you see where it says give, or if not give, you see thanks or a symbol of star. If you click on that button, it's going to direct you how to buy star and send to your favorite page. So in the absence of any other questions, I'm going to wish everybody Happy New Year. If you've not subscribed to my page, please kindly do so. All right. And do not forget to give all the videos you've been watching a like, a thumbs up. Okay. So I'm going to see you guys after New Year. All right. So please, while you are there celebrating your New Year, eat wisely. Okay. Think of yourself, not the people there. Please yourself first before you please the people you are visiting. Discipline, eat wisely, be cautious of what you're eating, because at the end of the day, you are the one to pay the consequences. If you ignore your diabetic situation and eat anyhow, drink anyhow. All right. So I'm going to wish each and every member of my fun, the extended families of them, their friends and acquaintances, Happy New Year, and may God bless all of you in the year 2024. And for those that are Muslim, may Allah bless you guys in the year 2024. All right. So I'm going to see you guys after the new year for another live program. Keep watching my video. Go to my page and keep watching. There are a lot of videos you can watch. Make sure you have enough data. Do not just watch. Do not just watch 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Invest when you buy. Sometimes it's amazing. People can buy data just to talk call their friends and waste the data unnecessarily. But they cannot buy a data and put and watch a 30 minutes video and learn one or two things that have to benefit their health issue. Watch the video from the beginning to the end. You are going to gain a lot. Okay, don't just watch 2-3 minutes, because in the beginning of my video, you might not see what you listen, get what, because it's just an intro. It's in the middle of the video, towards the end, you can now gain more. So be patient while the video is playing, listen from the beginning to the end, invest in yourself, learn one or two things regarding your health. Okay, don't just buy data and then use it to call your friend, chat, and then waste it. And at the end of the day, you start looking for help, information, how to treat your situation. All right. So keep watching the videos, keep sending in your stars. And then if you've not subscribed to my page, kindly do so. So see you guys after New Year. Enjoy yourself. Stay with your family. Be safe. Watch your environment. Be careful where you are going. If it is not important where you are going, stay home. Be careful where you are going. If it is not important where you are going, stay home. Know the kinds of friends you are going out. Know the kinds of friends that are inviting you out. Make sure if your mind tells you no, stick with your mind and stay home. All right? Not everybody that started 2023 made it till this time. Those that we started 2003 did not even see today. They've gone forever. So thank yourself that you were able to witness this day. Okay, we still have few hours to go more. Not everybody who started 2023 see this day. So if you are lucky to see this day, make sure you thank your God, thank your Allah, celebrate your family, watch what you go, where you go, who is inviting you. If it doesn't make any sense, stay home so that you can see 2024. Okay? A lot of things happen before they cross over. So you got to watch your environment, know where you are going. Even if you have to go, get all the information. Even if somebody is inviting you out, taking you out, get the name, get the phone number, get the address, give it to your loved ones. Hey, listen, if you don't see me so time, this is who I'm going out with. Check me this area. You have to be disciplined. If the person is driving a car, come to pick you up, make sure you get the plate number, give it to your loved one, get the phone number, the name, everything, address where you are going. In case if they don't see you within a period of time, they know who to go after. So be disciplined and watch where you are going. A lot of things happen between the crossover to 2024. So think twice before you start hanging out with friends, and then watch what you drink. If your mind tell you no, stick with that no. Don't be forced to do certain things you are not supposed to do. So that's my advice to all my fans. Use your brain, think wisely. I'm going to see you guys in 2024. Goodbye. Stay blessed.